Cole, were you watching the Lions game yesterday when you guys technically clinched?
I was. I was a little late getting started on it, honestly. I was still so exhausted from the night before, but picked up the second half of the game. It was a great game to watch, and felt like the Steelers were going to run away with it. And I mean, credit to Detroit, they kind of fought back in it there. And that last play was the last sequence of plays was pretty crazy, but it was a good feeling to see the result there at the end. That's for sure.
You call it a great game to watch. I call it 10 years off my life. It was stressful. That last drive was insane. And I've never seen anything like that final play before. And then 15 minutes for them to figure out what the call was going to be. I probably cursed more than I did in the video Hogue put out there.
Cool. It felt like I was watching the last sequence there and the last play. And I couldn't really figure out what was going on. And I'm surprised. I know they called the penalty, but I don't know how forward progress wasn't stopped there before he pitched the ball. But I guess they still ruled that a touchdown, but the OPI kind of overruled that. Kind of interesting deal there.
Really weird. All I know is the Bears are in the playoffs, and that's got to be an awesome feeling. Take us through Saturday night for you. You guys have had your fair share of crazy wins this season, but obviously kind of everything at stake, not only in the North, but beating the Packers, kind of the way that game was going for a long time. What were the emotions like late fourth quarter, in overtime, and when you finally saw that just beautiful pass from Caleb Williams land in DJ Moore's arms?
Yeah, well, I think just from the start of the game, obviously emotions are really high. You could feel that not only from us on our sideline, but in the stadium as well. The start of the game, we have two penalties that it seemed like every fan in the stadium thought was absolutely BS. But I mean, if you're just being objective, we're penalties, and everyone was emotionally charged up, and you could feel that from the start. And you talk about, I'm sure Lance would maybe agree with this, but like a bend don't break defense game, like that was like the definition of that, where we felt like they were starting at the opposite 10, driving all the way down the field, and we either would give up a field goal or have a turnover on downs or a turnover with the fumble there. So kind of a weird game in that sense. I felt like they definitely controlled the flow of the game for most of it, and obviously we didn't get the lead there until overtime. So it was crazy. The sequence of plays there at the end. I mean, we look back and I think one of the biggest plays of the game was the 3rd and 20 face mask. You kind of forget about that one. Resets us on downs. We're able to, get in field goal range, score. Obviously, Cairo hits the onside, and he's really good at those in terms of making the ball bounce the way he does, and kind of making it look like a changeup in that regard. And it's just hard to judge on when to come up on the football. And felt like their guy kind of was in between the hop there. And, fortunately enough, it bounced off him, and Josh was able to get the recovery. And then us offensively being able just to take advantage of that. That was that was awesome, and took advantage there and get to overtime. And defense makes a big stop with the botch snap there at the end. And then obviously the big play, just a really special throw from Caleb in the wind like that. I don't know how it looked on TV, but that was the windiest game I've played in towards the second half there. And to get that ball up and down and kind of cut it through the wind the way Caleb did, and then DJ to make the catch that way, just a really special play and a really cool moment to be part of.
Cole, hey, it's Lance. Just want to say congratulations first off. And I don't know if you can actually answer this question yet, but this what you guys have done and what's in front of you guys. Like you're a homegrown kid. For me, I wasn't from Chicago, but when we went to the Super Bowl that year, during that playoffs, it was really majestic. The city was on fire, and the city's on fire again. So you being a homegrown kid and tell me how has it affected your family and everybody in your circles?
Yeah, I mean it's been really special. from my family to my friends, and you just know how much this team means to people here in Chicago. People go to work the next day on Mondays with a smile on their face when the Bears are winning, and it's really uplifting to everyone across the city. So it's been really cool to kind of see that throughout the course of the season. Obviously, we've probably taken a few years off of everyone's life with some of the games that we've played this season, but we are in the entertainment business, so I guess that's just part of the deal that you have to roll with. But it's been good. I mean, I feel like my first 5 years in the league, a lot of these games, the way they've gone, they haven't gone our way. And I think back to last year. I think it was the Minnesota game. Did we have an onside recovery and we tied up? We got in overtime. We lost that game. So it was like a good battle, but we lost. And it just always felt like we were on the other side of things. And this year, for whatever reason, we've been able to come out on the other end and been a little bit fortunate here and there. But we've taken advantage of our opportunities. So. It's been a lot of fun. This has been a great team to be part of. Everyone is so bought into what we're doing. Guys understand their roles and what's expected of them going into every game, and each role is just as important as the next. And I think you've really seen that come to fruition this season. So excited to see where we can still go. I feel like guys are probably now we're able to turn the page here towards San Fran, watch them tonight, but. Excited about these last two to kind of continue to increase our seeding and then continue to excel out through the playoffs.
You call it the entertainment business, but I think I'd probably define it as the torture business right now, because it's fun. It's fun, but it feels like torture half the time. But bouncing off of what Lance is saying here about how it affects you and your family personally as a Bears fan growing up, and now kind of just being in this. In the amazing atmosphere that was Soldier Field on Saturday. I'm just curious about what is better for you and you guys as a team when you're going into a game with that much hype. Is it better for you to be like that hyped? Obviously the emotions were so high at kickoff, or is there a process here over the next few games of kind of needing to center yourselves for the moment of playoff-like atmospheres and playoff-type teams, and obviously you've had a few tests here over the last few weeks, but now you've got a few more tests before the playoffs officially begin.
Yeah, well, I think it's really important that you center yourself, and, Coach when we had our meeting the morning of the game, I thought he said something really good about our mindset going into the game. And, he started off by saying, we all want to win this game. I don't doubt that everyone in this room wants to win this game badly, and which we all really did. We all wanted the game really bad. And but he said, we're not going to win this game based on wanting it more than our opponent. And when you're going against good teams, you can't just want it more. You can't just play caveman football, go out there, run your head into a wall, and think you're going to get what you need to get done. It's still about the basics. It's about cycle the snap, your detail, your technique, your fundamentals, reading your keys. And those are that's what's going to win you the game, not just wanting it more. And when you play in big games like that, that's what you got to fall back on. You got to fall back on the basics and the fundamentals. And I thought that was a good message going in the game. Now, I think we can still be a little bit better at the start of it. It's hard not to get super charged up when you got the crowd the way that it was going, but I think now that we experienced that, I think we'll be better off going forward. And I felt like we handled it better, that type of feeling, going into Philly at first, just because you're the away team and you're going against the crowd. But when you got your crowd with you, you're kind of feeling it amped up a little bit more. And that was the best environment I've been in anywhere that I've played in since I've been in the league, and it was awesome to see the fans show out the way they did. But definitely important for us to center ourselves, and I think that was a good learning lesson for us from that game, and obviously good to get the result that we did. But it's just good experiences going forward for us at this point.
I would like to remind everybody that happened in Chicago in an amazing stadium in the city. We won't talk about the stadium with you today, Cole, but that's where that moment happened. Hey, the cameras caught you talking to Caleb right after the throw, and you kind of were in there for a little longer than normal. Can you share what you were telling your QB?
I might have blacked out. I was probably just like, holy shit, what a throw, man. And it's an unbelievable throw. I mean, I can't tell you how hard that is in the wind. He's meant for that type of environment and that type of weather. He can handle it really well. I know Caleb, I don't know what he's listed at, like height-wise, 6 foot, 6'1", whatever it is, 6'2". I don't want to cut him short or anything, but I mean, he's a big dude. Like, he's got big hands. Like, I got big hands, and when I go shake his hand, it feels normal to me. And when that happens, I know that like that other person's got big hands. So like he's good in those type of environments and that type of weather. Like you saw it in Cleveland the week before, kind of unfazed when it feels like -10 outside, and when the wind's blowing the way it is, he's just able to get a good grip on the football and able to, really slice it through the wind there. And I mean, really just it's an unbelievable throw that he made there at the end. I don't know how many quarterbacks in the league are making that. And obviously big time by DJ to kind of run away a little bit and be able to track the ball the way he did in the air and come down with it. So all in all, just a special play from two really good players.
Well, Cole, the other thing I noticed in the aftermath, maybe you blacked out on this too, I don't know, but Ben Johnson was trying to do his big I'm tough, serious guy. I'm not even going to smile after that play, shake Matt LaFleur's hand, walk off. And a certain 85 came in, and I don't know what you said to him or what, but all of a sudden he smiled there for a second. I don't know if you disarmed him or what, but it was like, all right, I think it's okay, Ben, to celebrate this one a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I said something like, yeah, you shake that effing hand, and like, gave him a little pump. Just kind of all fun and games a little bit. But he keeps that demeanor on the field all the time, and it was cool to get that result there. Just kind of wanted to break it up a little bit and try and make him smile about it. But that was pretty funny. That was cool.
And I know you don't want to look ahead, obviously, so I won't ask you to, but could be round 3 of that handshake coming up here in a few weeks. So bigger task at hand.
Yeah, for sure. That definitely could happen. Absolutely.
Cole, staying on Ben, it has been, really, there's so many fun conversations we've been able to have about this team and this offense, but up front, what you guys have been doing, not only with the offensive line, but we were talking about earlier in the show too, just the tight ends and how big, like your position room. I think it's really cool that Jim Dre, your position coach, has been able to be a part of this too, staying on the staff. I know you have a really close relationship with him, and we don't talk about him a lot, and he probably deserves more credit than he gets. But what have you learned about Ben Johnson's history? He was a tight ends coach, and kind of this being the one position that you're always marrying the run game with the pass game, because from 11 personnel, 12 personnel, 13 personnel, like you guys have been able to win in different ways depending on the week. And I just feel like Ben Johnson, Jim Dre, that has been a huge part of this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I think, first of all, they both see the game in the same way in terms of what a tight end is and what's expected from our position, and they both put a huge emphasis at the point of attack and being into the line of scrimmage on knockback. So those are things that they stress week to week and what has to happen, and that's kind of where it starts there. And they've done a great job in coaching us up on that end. And I remember having a conversation with Ben about when he was a tight ends coach and what he saw, and he was telling me how he did a deep dive one off season about all the angles that you can create based on motion or alignment and formationally, like where you put guys and shifts and all those things, and you're just putting guys in good spots and how he kind of saw the game and fundamentals and technique at the tight end position and really across the line of scrimmage in general. So those are all really cool things. It always feels like when we're out there in the run game, coach is putting us in a spot to succeed and give us good angles on certain plays. And, sometimes that's easier said than done, and being able to manipulate the defense to get them where you want them to be in certain techniques really helps us out, especially when I got to go against a 290-pound defensive end. That's not always the most advantageous situation. Now, I'd like to think that I can, block anybody, but it makes it easier when you got the right angles and you're working with the right type of guys and creating double teams and getting the knockback that way. So, but both, I mean, and obviously Jim, I've been with Jim for now 4 years. And it's been awesome. I've been super lucky to have him in the room. And, I'm really confident that someday he's going to continue to excel and be a play caller. And I think he can even be like a head coach in this league. He's awesome. And we're super lucky to have him in our room.
Cole, you guys look so physical every week. I mean, it's a big difference from what we were watching last year, to this year. And along with those angles that you guys are utilizing through motion and formations, you guys just look like a completely different blocking team. I mean, from the top to bottom, and I'm just curious of how that's being coached each week. Is it a reminder, hey, listen, we have to be the most physical team on the football field this week or this week or next week or carry it on?
Yeah, I think that's been something that's built up really since the beginning. And this is the first time where I've had the play caller install the run scheme. Usually you have your offensive line coach do that, or if you have an offensive coordinator that's not the play caller, he's doing that, or whatever it is. But that's where it starts for us. And Ben's always the one installing the run scheme for the week. And I think when you have the play caller and specifically the head coach up there with everybody in the room, I've been part of it where receivers are on their own or whatever it may be, where you got everybody in the room and you got the head coach, the play caller going over the run scheme and putting a huge emphasis on that part of the game. I think everybody in the room realizes the importance of this, and executing your block on the backside of a play as a receiver and digging out a safety is just important as making that 3rd and 6 out route catch. Like that's how important it is, and the emphasis that's put on from the coaching staff. And you feel that week to week. And look, man, like when we're in pads on Wednesdays, like we're running the football. Like, we do our few play action plays, but we're running the football and we're working maybe some new run schemes that we have in for that week. And sometimes we're just running basic stuff that we run all year, but it's to kind of instill that physicality going into the week. So look, there's a huge emphasis placed on that. And you feel that obviously from our head coach all the way down, and guys have really bought into that. And, I don't think our coaches aren't huge stat readers. They're not looking to see like how many catches you had in the game. Like they want to see how you're looking on film, how you're finishing to the football, what your fundamentals are looking like, your physicality and your knockback in the run game. And those are all things that are highlighted and shown in front of the group.
Lance
likes that.
Yeah,
I love
that. I saw the perk up when he was talking about a second. That's right up 55. Sally.
Yes, sir.
Cole, I can't help but go back. I'm thinking about Ben's first press conference, and you're there, and some of the guys have been here for a while are there, and here's this new coach, and what's this going to mean, and is he going to be the guy? And then they draft a tight end, and you've got to like, hey, is this going to? I don't know if you had that thought or not. But like, is this going to be the place for me going forward? And now you're here in the playoffs, and you're kidding with Ben coming off the field. And I mean, he's said, talked about how much he appreciates you. I'm just curious, like, when did it sort of crystallize, like, oh, this is a completely different spot now, and we're in such a better place, and here comes Caleb along too, and I'm really going to enjoy playing football in Chicago right now?
Yeah, I think I could feel that really throughout camp, and I think it took maybe a couple of weeks within the season, but I mean, with the amount of 12 and 13 personnel that we're running, you got to have a lot of tight ends. And I know, me and Coulson are probably highlighted a little bit more than the other guys. But like, I mean, you go watch Durham Smythe on tape, like it's some really awesome stuff at the fullback position. And we just take a lot of pride in our room. And, we know that if we continue to put good stuff on tape, we make it harder for Ben to take us off the field in these personnels. And I think we've gained a lot of trust with him as the play caller in terms of our execution and what we've been doing in the run and pass game. And look, this is all in the name of winning. So I've always said, like, my focus has always been wanting to win football games and doing whatever I need to do to go win. And Coulson comes in and he's got a great role, and he's been doing awesome in the receiving game and in the run game as well. And then, on my end, like whether it's in pass pro for the week or being a heavy emphasis in the run game, and I'm all bought in on whatever we have to do to win, and the results have been awesome. And if you look, I mean, week to week with our passing game, obviously it's been up and down throughout the year, but it's kind of a different guy every week that it kind of comes down to, and that's just been kind of the flow of it. And I think with the amount of weapons we have in this type of offense, it's hard for defenses to kind of key on one guy just because we're doing so much, and we have so many guys that can impact the game with the ball in their hands.
When you talk about, installing that run scheme and that tight end room, obviously Coulson Loveland here in his rookie year, we talked about it the last time we were on. I mean, seeing that third down run before the game-winning touchdown, pulling you and Coulson Loveland, that opened up the floodgates for Kyle Monungai. We were just talking about it. I'm sure he has made his share of mistakes throughout the year, but it just doesn't feel like he makes very many. Like, what has it been like from your perspective, watching him kind of getting himself in this offense, as complex as I'm sure it is, and kind of feeling like a veteran in some ways at this point, with the trust level in pivotal moments to ask for him to have those responsibilities and plays like that?
Yeah, I mean, well, look, he's a pro's pro. He does all the homework that you need to do, and that's always like really encouraging when you see a rookie come in with that type of mindset. He takes a lot of pride in his assignments for the game, and understanding the concepts and the run schemes as to where he needs to be, and what the kill criteria might be for the quarterback, and understanding that how that impacts what he's going to be doing on a certain block play or a pass play, and just a high level, highly intelligent player. And I think our whole room has been kind of like that, which has been awesome, and allows us to do a lot of different things in terms of doing different motions and different types of run schemes, and being able to handle all that mental capacity. And it's been really good for us. So I mean, you look at Coulson, it's just been awesome to see him grow this year, become more and more comfortable as an NFL football player, and you can really see the physicality in his game increase as the confidence of the play style has gone throughout the season. So it's been awesome to work with Coulson and see him grow over the season, and he's become a really clutch player for us, that's for sure.
Cole, if I told you that there may or may not have been a member of this panel right here having a meltdown in overtime about play calling in a video that you may or may not have seen already, what would you say to that person?
Yeah, man, just trust the process, man. Like, stop getting so worried about things that you can't control. It's a little bit much.
I can't help it. When I see that third down run with Monungai, I'm like, man, like I think you guys could have ran it 8 more times and walked into the end zone. I think their spirits were broken. Now, obviously, Ben, and this is why I admire him, he goes for the kill shot, and this is something I'm not used to as a Bears fan, is this kind of play caller with this potential of offense. So it's a learning process for me. And Briggs is always, we're talking every day, it's just in Ben we must trust, and I get it.
Laying
but like,
on the ground with your face in the wood.
So hey, that's where it is. Like I love, like in the Eagles game, the way you guys just break a team's spirit, and like as a Bears fan, this is what we've been used to for so many years, is that run first mentality. So I don't want no funny business. Run the ball.
No, that's it. I mean, Look, I get it. Yeah, I think I'm not gonna lie to you. As a player out there, especially when you go to overtime and you kind of hit a chunk play like that to end it, you're like, oh, thank God it's over. Like, holy cow, that was quite the game. Like, it's already a super physical game for 4 quarters, and to hit the kill shot there at the end was awesome. And obviously you get a huge sense of relief when you see DJ come down with it.
So after the kill shot, by the way, a while after, DJ's running around in the locker room with a cheese grater on his head. Were those?
Caleb was wearing it yesterday at like a charity thing.
Did you have those at your house growing up? Did Papa Kmet ever provide you with one of those? Like, this is kind of yeah. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know what it was, honestly, till I left. and I was talking to my wife after the game, and all of a sudden I see all of DJ's family having these silver things on their head. I didn't realize it was a grater, and I'm like, what are the Moors wearing? I don't get what that is. DJ was wearing the locker room. She's like, it's a cheese grater, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. I'm like, if we play these guys again, you might see every Bears fan wearing a cheese grater to the stadium, which is freaking hysterical.
There were a couple at our tailgate I saw before the game, but that's cool. So the Moore family all brought them. I wasn't sure if like a fan gave it to them on the way off or something like that, but they were all
I don't know. No free shout outs obviously in here, but I don't know what company made those, but they're going to make a killing for the next time if we do play these guys again.
The only thing I didn't get a chance to ask you last time, and it's off the beaten path a little bit from what we should be focusing on, but I do enjoy your guys' first down celebration, the Kobe. How much are you enjoying that? Because I think it goes hard, man. It's a great first down celly.
Yeah, everyone really loves it. So I did the last Packers game on the scramble to Caleb. Usually I do like something funny that we come up in the tight ends room. Like we've been doing like the little telescope deal, which is, I thought, fun. But everyone's doing the Kobe ISO thing. And I guess you just got to feed into it at this point. But it is a cool little celly that's unique to our team. It's kind of like with baseball teams, when they get a double, they do a little something on second base and whatever they come up with. I guess that's kind of the equivalent in football when you get a first down.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's the
Like I said, when Monungai got that first down in overtime, the look on his face, it's like that. Like you talk about getting fired up in the stadium. Like I want to run through the TV. Like
I like it. I like it.
Can you explain, by the way, what it's like watching Kyle Monungai just crack into guys twice his size and knock their? I mean, this just a maniac out there.
Yeah, it's crazy. Some of the hits, you're like, damn. Like how did you stay up on that? I think of the one in Green Bay a few weeks ago, where I forget which one of the linebackers filled, but I mean it was a collision, and he bounced off. I think it was only like a gain or 2 or 3 in the end of it or whatever it was. But he did this. He lowered the pads. It's exciting to watch. I mean, it plays into our type of play style and what we want to show on tape. So it's been cool to see him really become a premier back in the league. Honestly, like we got a really good two running backs and double-headed monster there. That's been fun, and then I think those guys both feed off one another.
Well, Cole, I know you guys wanted to get into the tournament. You're in. The next step's to win the division, and all you need is one more win. You could take care of that this week against the 49ers. How did Ben kind of reset the mentality this week? It's a little interesting that they play tonight, so you guys will kind of be able to watch the game tonight. And I know and then you got Christmas to juggle too and all of this. But another big, as fun as Saturday night was, another massive game Sunday Night Football this week against the 49ers.
Yeah. Well, we haven't really had a meeting yet since the game. We'll be back in tomorrow for practice, and obviously, officially start going and game planning for San Fran. And, obviously, like you said, big game for us on Sunday Night Football. And, we get a little bit of an advantage here with them playing tonight, and then us playing Saturday night gives us a few days ahead. Obviously, we got to travel out there, but, I think Coach put a good schedule here up for this week. We'll get started a little bit early. I think we get a little bit of a break for Christmas Day, and then back at it a few days before the game to kind of tighten up the game plan. But obviously they're a super well coached team from what I've seen on tape, and I know they've had to shuffle through a lot of guys, but they continue to play hard, and I think there'll be a few advantages for us that we can take advantage of, both in the run and pass. But it's going to be a hard battle for sure. Going on the road and getting a win here, but a big one for us, and one we still feel like we need to have in order to kind of keep pace with where we're at in the division, and potentially still kind of try and get after that 1 seed. Obviously, a few things have to kind of click our way, but take care of our end of the deal, and we'll see how it rolls at the end of the season.
We'll see at my house, Cole. I canceled Christmas because we're focused on the 49ers. And then next week we're canceling New Year's because we're focused on the Lions. No more holidays. We're looking at the playoffs. No, I kid. And Cole, I think you know how happy I am for you. I am so happy for you, man.
Congratulations,
truly,
Cole.
I'm happy
Thanks,
for
guys.
all you guys. And I got a lot of love for you, man. So
Cole,
keep,
I
keep killing
promise,
it, dude.
whatever coach was most upset on DeMarco Jackson's penalty to open up the game, none of them were upset as that guy over there, Greg.
Wouldn't let it go.
He wouldn't shut up. I think the whole first quarter, he was just like, he just wouldn't let it go. It was hilarious.
Cole, I told him the game's not going to be decided by the very first play of the game. I guarantee.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I would love to see like Greg on our sideline and how you would coach everybody up play to play. Like how emotional you would be.
There's a lot of emotions that spill out of me. There's happiness. There's rage. Yesterday,
That's why you're a fan.
That's right. Yesterday, our former head of content, Kevin Kadick, who does a lot of great stuff for All City, he made a 3-minute video with Christmas music to all the Bears fans around the city celebrating, and I proceeded to cry for 15 minutes about it, just bawling at my house watching how happy Bears fans are. So there are a lot of emotions spilling out of me. It's a purge. It's been a long time coming, and I'm just speaking – I don't speak for Bears fans, but just the message from us is how grateful we are for what you guys are doing. I hope you guys truly understand how much happiness you're bringing to families across this city. It is a very powerful thing, and it's what brought me to this studio. This is why I work here, is because of how much I love the Bears and sports. And so I just thank you.
Braggs, if you were on the sidelines, we'd have you wear those metal braces that all the O-linemen wear on both knees because you'd for sure snap something.
Injury prone coach out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't worry. They're keeping me in check over here. Woot physically assaulted me a couple weeks ago, so they're keeping me in check over here. He put me in a full Nelson about 2 weeks ago, so
You deserved it.
Yep.
Cole, thanks for making time. Congrats on all the success. Obviously, keep it rolling. Let's you guys take it all the way, man. Appreciate it.
We're proud of you guys, man.
Yeah. Absolutely. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on.